All right, so today we're going to be doing slope application problems. Basically what it's going to be is they're going to give you either a graph or a table, and they're going to give you ordered pairs, and you need to be able to find the slope and potentially be comparing them, different things like that. A couple things to mention. I know when we talked about slope and we're just doing basic slope in graphs, we leave everything as an improper fraction. But because these are word problems, you're going to actually want to divide them out to decimals and things like that because, like we've talked about before, it does not make sense to say that I want 5/4 of feet of wood. I would say I need 1 1/4 feet of wood, or 1 25/100. So on these, after you find the slope, you're going to go ahead and divide them all the way out because they are word problems. For number 1, it says the table below shows the high temperatures in degrees in Fahrenheit of a city during the first part of June. So they give you the table. A couple of things. They don't have them labeled, but remember these are always X, Y tables. So X values on top, Y values on the bottom on this one. Now remember your slope formula, M equals Y2 minus Y1 divided by X2 minus X1. So for A, it says find the rate of change in high temperatures between June 1st and June 6th. So June 1st would be this set of ordered pairs, and June 6th would be this set of ordered pairs. Just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to say these are my 1s and these are my 2s. Now we're going to use our slope formula. So our slope formula is Y2. This ordered pair is Y, or this is the Y in my Y2. So I'm going to do 76 minus, and then my Y1 value would be 72 divided by or over X2, which is 6, minus X1, which is 1. When I subtract them, I get 4 over 5. And like I said, we're going to actually go ahead and divide this out and make it a unit rate instead of just a fraction. Also, because these are word problems, they need labels, and unit rates have 2 labels because we're looking at 2 different things in our table. So in this particular one, this is 8/10, and then it is degrees per week, or day, day. And if you're not sure what your labels are, you can absolutely just go back and look at what they are in the table. So temperature and date. So that's where I got degrees per day. For B, it says find the rate of change in the high temperatures between June 6th and June 8th. So now I'm going to look at the 6th and the 8th. Again, it doesn't make a difference which one you do as Y2 or which one you do as Y1. For simplicity, I'm going to call these my 1s, these my 2s. Plugging them into my slope formula, we're going to do 84 minus 76 over 8 minus 6. When I subtract them, 84 minus 76 gives me 8 over 2. And like I said, we're going to go ahead and divide it all the way out to get a unit rate. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. And because we're doing a unit rate, it needs a label. So it would be degrees per day. C says which of these intervals did the temperature rise faster? So now you're going to compare them. 4 degrees per day is much higher than 8/10 of a degree per day. So you would just say that the rate of change was rising the fastest, and you can just write the interval. June 6th through June 8th. Go ahead and try to do number 2 on your own. Pause the video, do the work, and then unpause the video and check it with mine. Now that you've had a chance to do it, we're going to do it together. Find the rate of change from week 0 to week 2. So we are looking at these ordered pairs. Remember, these are our X values. These are our Y values. So to find the rate of change, we are doing the slope. Work for simplicity, still calling these 1s, these 2s. Plugging everything in, here we go. So we are doing 219 minus 224 over 2 minus 0. 219 minus 224 is a negative 5 over 2 minus 0 is 2. And a negative 5 divided by 2 is a negative 2.5. And then remember, we need a label. It would be pounds per week. And now it's totally fine to have a negative slope in this particular instance and a negative unit rate. That means if you're looking at it, this person is losing 2.5 pounds per week. Find the rate of change from week 2 to week 4. So looking at this, here's week 2, here's week 4. We're going to call these our 1s and these are 2s. We're going to do 221 minus 219 over 4 minus 2. 221 minus 219 is 2. And 4 minus 2 is also 2. 2 divided by 2 is a positive 1 pound per week. So that means between weeks 2 and weeks 4, this person gained a pound a week. The next interval that they want me to look at is between 4 and 6. So we're going to call these our 1s and these are 2s. Plugging our stuff in. 215 minus 221 over 6 minus 4. 215 minus 221 is a negative 6 over 6 minus 4 is 2. That is a negative 3, and then our label, pounds per week. So between weeks 4 and week 6, once again, this person is losing weight, and they are losing about 3 pounds per week. Last but not least, I said to do week 6 to week 8, so here we go. Looking at my y value, I have 215 minus 215 over x2, which is 8, minus x1, which is 6. This is 0 on top over 2. 0 divided by 2 is 0. So label 0 pounds per week. And then it says to explain what this means. This means he didn't lose any weight. All right, let's go ahead and flip it over to the back side. All right, now that we're on the back side, we are looking at graphs. The thing about the graphs is that they're not giving you the ordered pairs in a table, so you're going to have to go back and figure out your ordered pairs on your own. So that would be the first thing that I did, is I would pull up my graph and I would go ahead and write in my ordered pairs. So we'll start with this first one. This ordered pair is at 160. My second ordered pair is at 160. Excuse me. My next ordered pair is at 8. And then this one is falling between two of the lines, so you have to figure out what would that be. So I can see that from this distance, from 360 to 460 is 100. So I know that half of that distance is 50. So 360 plus 50 means that that is 410. Whoops. For the other part of my ordered pair, so that's 8, 410. And then my last ordered pair is at 10, 460. Now I have my ordered pairs listed out. I'm going to go over to my questions and figure out which ones they're asking me to look at. So for the first one, it says find the rate of change from hour 1 to hour 4. So this is hour 1, this is hour 4. So those are the two ordered pairs that I'm going to be using. We're still using our slope formula. Slope formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Plugging in, we'll call these my 2 y values and these my 1 y values. It doesn't make a difference whichever way you do it. It should give you the same slope. So we're going to say 160 minus 60 over 4 minus 1. 160 minus 60 is 100. Over 4 minus 1 is 3. And remember, because these are word problems, we really need them to be unit rates. So we need to do the division. So we're going to say that this is 33 and 3/10 repeating. And then the last thing it needs is a label. So we are doing y's over x's. So the label for y's is miles. So this is miles per. And then the label for x is hours. All right, doing our next one. Find the rate of change from hour 8 to hour 10. So here's hour 8, here's hour 10. We're going to call these our 2s and these are 1s. Again, it doesn't make a difference. Plugging everything in, y2, 460, minus y1, 410, divided by x2, which is 10, minus x1, which is 8. 460 minus 410 is 50. Over and 10 minus 8 is 2. 50 divided by 2 is 25. And remember, we need labels. We want the y label over the x label. So this is miles per hour. Go ahead and do number 4 on your own. Pause the video. Once you are finished, unpause the video and check your work with me. All right, so looking at this, I am going to go ahead and list out some of my ordered pairs that I need. So this is in years, so I know that this is year 2000. And then the y value for that year is halfway between 58 and 66. So that y value is 62. I'm going to go to my next ordered pair. That's 2004. And the y value for that is, these tick marks are going by 4, so that's 78. Over here, the ordered pair is 2008. And the y value on that one is 66. My next ordered pair would be 2012, and the y value is again 62. And then last but not least, this is the year 2016, and the y value is 46. Okay, now that I have my ordered pairs ready to go, I'm going to look into the questions and see which ones they want me to find rate of change for. So on this particular one, it says find the rate of change from 2000 to 2004. So I'm going to look in my ordered pairs. This is 2000. This is 2004. I'm going to call these my y2 values. These my y1 values. Again, it doesn't make a difference. Plugging everything in where it goes. 78 is my y2 minus 62, which is my y1. Over my x2 is 2004. Minus my x1 is the year 2000. Subtract 78 minus 62 is 16 over, excuse me, over 4. 2004 minus 2000 is 4. 16 over 4 is divided out to 4. And then remember, we need to make it a unit rate and a label. So this is y's over x's, so our y value comes first. So this is feet per, and then year. So this lake between the years 2000 and 2004 went up a positive 4 feet per year. All right, looking for our second one. It says find the rate of change from 2012 to 2016. So I'm going to go in here and find 2012 and 2016. Same thing, I'm going to call these my 2s and I'm going to call these my 1s. Plugging everything in, y2 is 46 minus y1, which is 62, over x2, which is 2016, minus x1, which is 2012. Subtracting them, 46 minus 62 is a negative 16. And then from 2012 to 2016, that is 4. Sorry. So now I'm going to divide. A negative 16 divided by a positive 4 is a negative 4. And again, it's a unit rate, so we're going to call this feet per year. That means between the years 2012 and 2016, this lake actually dropped 4 feet each year. All right, let's look at these word problems. A couple of things when they give you word problems like this, you have to pick out which one is your x value and which one is your y value. Generally for this, we're going to say x is our time. Time is generally considered an independent variable, so x's are usually our times. All right, here we go. Looking at number 5, Ava started a savings account with $500. After 6 months, her savings account balance was $731. Find the rate of change. So first we're going to start, if she's starting out a savings account, no time has passed, so that would mean that the x value in our ordered pair would be 0. The y value for this one is going to be the money. She is starting the account with $500, so 500 is our y value. After 6 months, so because 6 months is the amount of time that's passed, 6 will be our x value, and her savings account balance is now $731. Once you have your ordered pairs listed, you can use your y equals your slope formula for y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It doesn't matter which way you list the points. I'm going to call this my 1 and this my 2. Plugging it in, y2, 731 minus y1, which is 500, over 6, which is my x2, minus 0, which is my x1. 731 minus 500 is 231. 6 minus 0 is 6. Remember, these are word problems, so we'd like them to be a unit rate. So I'm going to do 231 divided by 6, and I get that the rate of change is $38.50. And it obviously needs labels, so the $38.50 per, and then because we are going by months, this is per month. For number 6, an airplane is flying at an altitude of 36,000 feet when it's beginning its descent for landing. 12 minutes into its descent, it's at 29,400 feet. Find the rate of change in altitude. So same thing, time is going to be our x in our ordered pair, and height, or in feet, is our altitude, is our y in the ordered pair. When it's beginning its descent means that it is just starting, so that would make our time 0. And the altitude at 0 is 36,000. Now we're going to do our second ordered pair. It says after 12 minutes, so 12 becomes our x value there. And then its descent, or its altitude at that time, is 29,400. Using our slope formula, we're going to call these my 1s and these my 2s. I'm going to do 29,400 minus 36,000, all divided by 12 over, or minus 0. On the top, 29,400 minus 36,000 is a negative 6,600 over 12. We're going to divide them. I get a negative 550, and it needs labels. So our y's, we're talking about feet, so this is feet per, and then our time is minutes, so this is negative 550 feet per minute. All that means is that it is descending 550 feet per minute. On these, you do not need to have a sentence, even though they're technically word problems. Perfectly fine with you just giving the unit rate, making sure you have both labels though. Go ahead and try 7 and 8 on your own. Pause the video, unpause the video, and check your work. Now that you've had a chance to do them, let's do them together. 10 minutes into her workout, Laura had burned 98 calories. 25 minutes in, she had burned 272 calories. Find the rate of change. Here we go. 10 is our X value. 98 calories is our Y value. In our second ordered pair, 25 is our X value because it's 25 minutes. And 272 is our Y value. We're going to call this our 1 and our 2 for our formula. So we're going to do y2 minus y1, 272 minus 98 over 25 minus 10. 272 minus 98 is 174. And 25 minus 10 is 15. Now, like I said, we're going to divide this so we can get a unit rate. It is 11 and 6/10, and then last but not least, this needs a label. The Y value is on top, so that would be calories per, and then the time is in minutes, so this is 11 and 6/10 calories per minute. On number 8, the population of Beaufort was 16,200 in 2010 and 13,824 in 2016. Find the rate of change in the population. So same thing, we're going to write our ordered pairs. Time, which is the years, is 2010. So that will be my first X value in an ordered pair. And then the population is the Y value. So that is 16,200. My next ordered pair, 2016, is the time. And then my population is 13,824. To find the rate of change, we're going to use our slope formula. So we're going to call these R1 and these are 2s. 13,824 minus 16,200 over 2016 minus 2010. When I subtract 13,824 minus 16,200, I get a negative 2,376 over 2016 minus 2010 is 6. Now I'm going to divide them. I get a negative 396. Last but not least, it needs a label. So this is a negative 396. Because we're talking about population, that would be people. And then our X value for labeling is years. So this town is losing approximately 396 people per year. All right, I do want to talk to you a couple things about your homework really fast. Looking at your homework, on the back, I do not want you to do number 13. And I also do not want you to do number 17. So on your homework, you can cross out 13 and 17.